Hello everyone, I am Laethas and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing another list video, and instead of being 5 manga for beginners or people starting a new collection, this is a video about 5 short series for every collection. So this is supposed to be sort of highlighting shorter series that are not that costly to pick up and are very, very strong. I tried to sort of vary it up, though most of them, or at least I think all of them, I don't think I have any shonens or shoujos, but a lot of them, they're just short and they fit in just about every collection. They're very strong series, and again, they're all short series, so they aren't that much of a commitment to pick up and or to read, so you could read them really quickly anytime you want, reread them over and over again, that kind of stuff. And so the inspiration for this video mostly comes from me. I like to pick up shorter series just because there isn't that commitment, and I don't have to sort of buy a couple volumes here, see if I like it, and then worry about whether or not I should pick up the whole series or not, because I'm not sure if the whole series is good. But these are short. You don't really have much regret if you end up not liking it, because again, they're not that costly and you can sell them off for close to the same price that you bought them for. Not the same, but you really don't lose that much even if you don't like the series. So let's kick this off. Now the first series is 3 volumes long, but you can also buy it in an all-in-one omnibus, and this is a series by Reiji Suzumaru, and it is published by 7 Seas, and that would be the 3-volume series Love in Hell. Now, this also has a 2-volume sequel series, but I don't feel it is that good, so I'm not gonna recommend that here. I'm just gonna recommend the first 3-volume series. But yeah, this has a very interesting world. So more sort of a supernatural sort of atmosphere and feel rather than a fantasy sort of feel, but nonetheless, it is very interesting to see the world that these characters are in, and the ways they interact are funny. This is, I believe the author calls it like a horror comedy, I think is what he goes for, or a bloody comedy or something like that. So the comedy, there's slapstick is usually what's used, but you know, there's also wit. Yeah, if you're looking for a comedy series that has a little bit of drama to it, it's not really a focus, but there is that an interesting world, some very likable characters that are fun to watch and do things, then I'd recommend picking up Love in Hell. And again, you can pick this up either in singles, or there is an omnibus, complete omnibus out for this series, so this is definitely something I would recommend checking out. And in case I didn't show this already, we have the spine and the back, and this first volume is $12 retail, and I believe all the volumes are the same price for this series. And next up, we have a series that I'm going to bring up again, but it's just because it is that good, and it just kind of, it's a very, very strong series, and it was originally released in Japan as 2 volumes, but it is collected here in an all-in-one omnibus, and this is a series by Asumika Nakamura. It is printed by Vertical Comics, and that would be Utsubora, the story of a novelist. And if you want a more sort of detailed viewpoint I have on this series, I'll have a link to my manga spotlight video down below, but yeah, this is a drama story, and sort of, kind of has a mystery vibe, but not really. But if you're looking for a drama, then this is a very, very good one to pick up. If you're looking for sort of character conflict, this is a strong one to pick up. The focus is more so put on the characters and their mindsets and their relationships rather than some overarching storyline or plotline, though that is a little bit of the intrigue, is that mystery, but most of the focus is placed on the characters themselves. So the second series I would recommend picking up is Utsubora, the story of a novelist. And this volume runs for $19 USD. So cheaper than the standard $20 2-in-1 omnibus. So definitely something I would recommend picking up. And again, 2 volumes long, so very, very short. And next up, this is a recently released title by 7 Seas Entertainment. It is written and illustrated by Nagata Kabi, and that is the very, very short series, My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, and this is more of a psychological, sort of philosophical piece. It is just kind of about her experience, this main character's experiences with her own insecurities and her own personal conflicts, or interpersonal conflicts, and sort of her figuring out how to deal with society and the world around her, and sort of who she is as a person. So this is something I would definitely recommend for just about everyone, really, because it'll really give you sort of a new perspective on the world and stuff like that, so you can better understand the way that maybe other people are feeling, or maybe the way you're feeling about certain issues or topics. But yeah, this is a very, very solid series. Again, published by 7 Seas, and the volume is $14 USD. So I very, very strongly recommend you picking this up. And yeah, also this is kind of in color. It has sort of a pink tone to it, but I wouldn't necessarily call that full color, but it does have a shade of color other than black and white in it. But yeah, the third series I recommend, short series for every collection, is My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness. And next up, we have a series that I just finished reading, and it is released by Dark Horse Comics, and that would be Opus by Satoshi Kon. Now, unfortunately for this series, it wound up being incomplete. The manga was put on indefinite hiatus, and then, as most of you know, Satoshi Kon has since passed away, so this manga is unfortunately unfinished, but nonetheless, it is a very, very strong read, and it deals with a very interesting topic, which is the sort of fictional world versus the real world, and sort of concepts like that. Satoshi Kon is really big on sort of combining sort of not reality and reality. You have Paprika, which is dreams versus reality. You have Perfect Blue, which is sort of your persona, which you put out for other people, and who you are on the inside as a person, like private versus public. And then this is about fiction versus fantasy, or fiction versus reality. It is about a manga artist, or manga author and artist, mangaka, and his dealing with sort of his story sort of coming to life, sort of, and being a part of his day-to-day life, sort of, not really, but it is very, very interesting take on the topic, and not something I've really seen before, so this is definitely something I would recommend checking out. And this volume goes for $20 USD, so again, very solid. Unfortunately, it's sort of incomplete due to his passing, or Satoshi Kon's passing, but this is definitely something I would recommend picking up. And last but not least, some of you probably saw this coming from a mile away, but it really is truly something that I think everyone should read, and that would be the 2-volume series released in the United States and Canada as a single volume by Viz Media and written by Inio Asano, and that is Solanin. Now, the reason why you should read Solanin is just, it's a fantastic story. You can definitely relate to the characters. They are written to be average people living average lives, and it is a very interesting sort of take on the mid-2000s mindset of sort of Japan and its youth, sort of what's going on in their lives, but it's also has parallels to just youth in general, and is a very, very solid story. It definitely can make you emotional. It sort of depends on who you are, but this is a story that I can almost guarantee that it will wow you and sort of make you remember it. It is not something that you read and you forget about. This is a story that you read and you sort of think back on sort of as you read other stories, or just throughout your life doing things. You will remember this story just because of what it is and how well it's written and how much of an impact it will have on you. But yes, the last short series for every collection that I recommend is Inio Asano's Solanin, published by Viz Media under their signature imprint. And this volume in particular costs, I think it's actually on the flap on the inside. Yeah, there it is. $18 USD. But yeah, that will do it for this sort of list video. Let me know down below if you'd like to see more lists in the future, and what sort of lists you'd like me to do. Like, I'm thinking maybe 5 manga that are unlicensed that I recommend you check out, 5 underrated series, 5 underappreciated series, 5 series by a certain publisher. I don't know, just, you know, if you'd like to see more list-style videos in the future, you know, recommend those down in the comments below. If you have any questions, concerns, comments regarding any of the series mentioned, you know, leave those down there as well. But that will do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and share. And if you'd like to keep up to date with all of my content, you can hit that subscribe button. But anyway, I am Laethas. Goodbye.